Hello, beautiful people. I am King Samuel, and I welcome you to this video. So, this video and the purpose of this podcast is going to be about discovering your purpose in life. And by discovering your purpose in life, it means discovering what God has destined you to achieve on this planet Earth. Many of us go through life struggling without knowing exactly what God has assigned us to really achieve. So the mandate I got, I recently had an encounter with God, and my life turned around. And the mandate is to use my journey in life, what I've been through, my transformation through my encounter with Him, to liberate as many from poverty, from living a life that is not in accordance with what God says they are, or who God said they really are. So by this, I am going to be sharing my journey, and I'm also going to be telling you the principles I used. Like I said, this is my very first video, and it doesn't necessarily have to be for everyone out there. It could just be for one person. If by the end of this video you are ministered to, please, I will appreciate if you can leave a comment or just let me know. Heaven rejoice over such. Now, I have lived 44 years of my life living the life that is not who God really say I am. And the change can only happen when you have an encounter with God. It took me through a journey, a very scary one indeed. And now it's turning my life around. I feel like a newborn baby who is learning to do things. And I'm learning to trust Him through the journey. It's a scary one. It's a massive one. And what I've learned also is I need to trust Him 100%. He is always very sure of what He wants and what He wants us to be. So if you are someone who has ever felt within you that there is something different about you, that you've got something bigger than you are presently given, that you've got a calling over your life, but you don't know exactly how or how to implement it, you are not alone. I've always felt that, but I didn't know what I should do. During my encounter with God, it took me back in time. I saw how I have lived. I saw how the devil has covered my real identity in Christ with dust. And with His blood, the dust were wiped. And I discovered who I really am. So in the next series, I will be sharing details of my testimony, how it all started, and up to this very moment. I will want to let you know that God has a very specific purpose for your life. He doesn't just create by chance. He knows exactly what he's doing. I asked him, all right, how do I proclaim your excellency when I don't even know you? So I want to know you. As weird as that might sound, he answered me. He told me I do not need to look for him, that it's just everywhere around me. Just like an artist, when you produce a painting, you leave your signature. Every product, every brand leaves their signature. When you see a phone, you can quickly tell if it's a Samsung or an iPhone. That's the signature. They've got pattern. They've got their DNA embedded in it. He said, that's all you need to do. Go to any of my creature. Study it. Then you find me. You will see me. On that very day, I peeped through my window and I saw birds flying. I brought out my camera and I took some pictures of them. I zoomed closely and I found amazing features in these little creatures. Then I started looking closely. I looked at my palm. I looked at my fingerprint. Then I started wondering. I started thinking. There is no two fingerprint that is matched. So it means every one of us, he has created uniquely and very differently. And he has assigned us a task. So, by finding this very assignment he created you for, call it calling, call it purpose, call it destiny. Once you are able to identify that, I tell you, that's the beginning of transformation. It is the very beginning of transformation. It got to a point, I went back to him. Now you are calling me, but I don't even feel qualified for what you are calling me to do. And he spoke to me again, very audibly. My son, what have you got in your hand? It's a smartphone. He said, that's the tool. Just as he told Moses. You also don't need to go far. Everything is inbuilt. Then I know I've discovered my purpose. I have the tools I need. He has qualified me by His grace. And the major assignment is to liberate as many of you, as many as lived their life in a different and a wrong identity, just as I have lived in the last 44 years. And before us will always be choice. We always have choices to make. To say yes to Him or to say no. And that choice He will never take away from us. That willpower He will never impose His calling on us. Then I realized I could follow the path of knowledge. I could follow the path of life. And by life, I mean faith. Faith in Him. The same principle apply if you follow the path of knowledge. But the only difference is, if you have faith in Him and you are willing to carry your cross, which is the calling, it says, my yoke is easy. And I advise you, it's bare. It's comforting. It's transforming. It doesn't tie you down in any way. It doesn't take from you, it gives. And it's free. So, at this point, I will ask for your prayers to be committed. Obviously, that will be my choice to make. But I'll still need your prayers. And I pray that as many that are ready to open their mind to wisdom, that He reveals Himself to them, and He should show them who they really are. And once they know who they really are, their life will be changed. Their life will be better. They will find fulfillment. I am on the journey, and it's a beautiful one. And I welcome you once again. Thank you.